Hi, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve, day before New Year's Day. I don't know what you would call today, but happy whatever it is to you and yours. I hope you're all safe and well and on the mend if you have been sick with viruses or any kind of sort of thing. I'm going to be doing day 18 of our How to Heal a Broken Heart in 30 Days book. So hope you'll hang with me and chat if you will. I'm gonna take these off of here. My husband's probably not gonna like this, but because he likes sticking random things everywhere here in the house. I know, guinea pigs. Daddy's getting you some food. You have to just wait. Okay. All right. So, of course, we will have a question, answer, input, whatever time afterwards, takeaway, refresher, whatever. But right now, I'm just going to read the chapter, and then whoever comes in, and we'll chat if you like. If not, then I'll head out. All right. This is Joy, making a date with happiness. By the way, since this channel was based on helping expose narcissists and narcissism and helping people that are victims of these people, I want to let you know that there is a movie called The Undoing with Hugh Grant and Nicole Kidman. And I think also, believe it or not, the judge is the lady from a really famous Nickelodeon show, which I'm not going to tell you what it is. You go watch the movie. You tell me if you recognize who the lady is, and no cheating and looking her up, okay? You let me know if you know. Let me know in the comments down below if you know who that lady is that played the, not the judge, the attorney. Not the judge. I stand corrected. The guy's attorney, the husband's attorney. Okay. So, Joy, making a date with happiness. When was the last time you looked in a mirror and said, I'm getting more wrinkles, my hair looks awful, or I just don't like the way I look? When was the last time you looked in a mirror and saw only your faults? For most people, the correct answer is this morning or in the last couple hours. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and paid yourself a compliment? Too long ago to remember? Never. Look at it this way. If your reflection had a soul of its own and cared about insults, its spirit, heart, and face would be irreparably broken. We're all sensitive to the hundreds of media messages we receive each day. But one of the most powerful messages comes from your mirror in the morning. If you let it, it will reflect back the worst side of you. Just tell it terrible things, and then you'll carry those messages with you all day long. Could it be that after all's said and done, the worst verbal abuse you receive every day comes straight from your very own self? So if you begin each morning and end each day by paying a compliment or addressing some inspiration to that image in the mirror, you might be able to find more worth in yourself and the world around you. All around you. Being in a challenging but mutually committed love relationship is, of course, preferable to being party to a codependency in denial or in the narrow comfort of complacency. So now, after the fact of such a failure, you need to ask yourself what reflection you're bringing to your life. If you're saying bad things to that mirror and then hoping someone else's words will counterbalance those negative messages, then your relationships will always struggle to survive, with little hope of finding a truly healthy balance of give and take. When I got to tell you, when I was doing life coaching, I would tell people one of the first things I would recommend is for them to learn to look in the mirror, because you'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't, how many people that carry shame and blame with them all the time and feel awful about themselves won't look in a mirror. They're like, well, I avoid the mirror. I just walk right by it. I don't look in the mirror in the morning. I avoid store windows. I don't want to see my reflection. But you were fearfully and wonderfully made by your creator. You have nothing to feel bad about when you look in the mirror. Huh? Oh, I have used it. Anyway, why do you ask? Not now. So let me get back to what I was doing here. Anyway, so yes, I encouraged the clients that I had to look in the mirror and not be ashamed of themselves, because that was important that they had self-worth and self-esteem by looking in the mirror. Okay. I already read that. Sorry. This is what happens when I read questions while I'm trying to read the book. Sorry, guys. Not that great at doing that. A healthy relationship requires both parties to make positive contributions to its vitality. The more interesting you make your own life, the less you'll have to depend upon others to do it for you. And if you can learn to enjoy yourself by yourself, your attractiveness to others will grow stronger. Be honest. Do you want to build a relationship with electric connections or just another shoulder to whine on? Too many silly love songs insist that aloneness is next door to deadliness, but everyone needs some alone time. You need it if for no other reason than to once again reflect well and deeply on the meanings of your life. For example, think of the most important thing you expected from your ex. Was it reassurance? Do you still need that approval from another person? Or can you supply yourself enough self-approval to satisfy your needs? Hold on just a second, y'all. Text message. Just a minute. Give me a second. I'll be right back with you momentarily.
She's having a tough time focusing.
I don't want that coming on. Hold on. Turn down, turn down, turn down.
I think we can work
Go
on
away,
that.
ad.
Thank you, Christina.
Go away,
Keep
ad.
up the good work, and we'll be here
Oh
for
my
you whenever you
goodness.
need us.
Hold on. There we go. All right. Okay. Too many silly love songs insist that aloneness is next door to deadliness. I think I already read this, but bear with me anyways. But everyone needs some alone time. You need it for, if for no other reason than to once again reflect well and deeply on the meanings of your life. Yes, I did read this. For example, think of the most important thing you expected from your ex or former friend. Was it reassurance? Do you still need that approval from another person, or can you supply yourself enough self-approval to satisfy your needs? What did I expect from my former friend? Trust. Ah, yes. Do I still need that? Nope, because they've proven I can't trust them. Problem solved there. That's the reason why you end things, because you can't trust somebody. Can you supply yourself enough self-approval to satisfy your needs? Yes, I can, and I do. And I also have a husband and children and grandchildren and kitty cats and wonderful friends and coworkers that help supply the trust too. Actions based on jealousy or unbridled anger are self-destructive options. They may seem to make living through a lost love easier than it might otherwise be under your present circumstances. But life is too short to commit yourself to reducing the fun anyone else may be having. You've had your share of whatever fun your ex-mate or ex-friend had to offer you. Now it's time for you to create your own joy. Okay. Many couples who are play acting a lie need to falsely yet incessantly reassure each other of their feelings of love. If you're now ready to reject such behavior, you probably see that to get real love, you need to give it freely in everything that you do. If you must ask another to give your love back, you'll soon become a burden and suffer rejection. The best way to begin any relationship is as a real relationship. A real relationship is how they put it. Don't fall in love with illusions or your own expectations. There's absolutely no point in entering into a relationship by raising your odds of fooling yourself. Every love is at its best when it's real. So start now. Get real with yourself. Looking inward, find the joy in yourself. Once you've found the way to that place, you can easily lead others to share it with you at any time you may wish to do so. Enjoy your life. Start today. Don't postpone finding joy in a tomorrow that otherwise may never arrive. After your passing, even if others remember you as a noble, self-sacrificing sort, you won't be around to relish your martyrdom. So find your joy now. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. Being of sound mind. Think about the sound of silence. Does it scare you a bit? Silence can frighten anyone who hears the absence of noise as the sound of being alone. then silence sounds like loneliness. Yet we must accept the likelihood that for millions of years mankind evolved in near silence. Take the measure of the sound of a gentle wind in an open plain. That's the diet that most often nourished the human ear, spiced up on occasion by the crash of thunder or the roar of an animal. There are tribal peoples who still live among such simple silences today. Most of their elders retain the ability to hear a whisper across the length of a football field, while most Americans of the same age have suffered mild to severe hearing loss. That makes sense. What causes this difference? Abuse to our ears. It's why we associate silence with loneliness. We grow up with noise and even accept it when the volumes are harmful, so loud that they can cause us to lose our good sense, our hearing. The signals of stress induced by noise begin to be evident in rising blood pressure when we're exposed to surprisingly familiar sound sources: vacuum cleaners, airplanes, lawnmowers, and leaf blowers, to name a few. Just riding on the freeway in a car with the windows open, even with the radio turned off, can exceed the sound pressure levels where your body begins to show stress. Well, that's interesting. I never thought of that. This book makes you think about a lot of things that probably just you don't consider them during the day. What does all of this mean? It means that you may well be in a bit of a bind. You may need to put yourself on a sound level diet to reduce the feeling that you can't deal with all the things that are making you feel more pressure than you can cope with easily. If your job or young children in the household, or even just the habits of a lifetime, are exposing you to a source of sound stress, it's time that you face the fact that you may have a problem. If you agree that you may, then we can help you solve it. Here's what to do. Number one, learn to enjoy silence. For example, if you're in the habit of coming home and immediately turning on the TV or radio or computer, just to have the sound of company, try putting off turning on the squawk box. That's especially true if you're a bit of a TV news addict. These programs thrive on scaring their audiences. Why take on the stress if you don't enjoy it? 2, listen to small sounds with joyfulness, such as the rush of wind as it whispers through the trees. Do songbirds sing in your area? Can you hear children playing in the distance? Can you hear the sound of faraway trains? Even the sounds of the highway you can't avoid hearing can bring joy. Listen to the rush. Where are they all going? Number 3, look for ways to reduce the volume of sound in your life. Throw away those headphones for your Walkman, for example. The devices should be banned as dangerous to your hearing if you're in the habit of cranking them up too loudly. Travel with your car windows up and radio off. If you ride public transit, try earplugs or muffs. You'll be surprised to find that when you remove them, your hearing will seem to be a bit better for a little while too. Just a bonus. Noise-proof your house is number 4. Noise-proof your house. Seal cracks in your doorways and windows. Use heavy carpets and drapes. Soundproof the kids' rooms, things like that. 5, avoid yelling, whether in an argument or a crying spell or just at a sporting event. In your head, the volume levels of screaming can be higher than those generated by a jet engine getting ready for takeoff. It's extremely hard on your ears and your throat, as well as stressful to your heart and other organs. In the periods when you really have an appetite for sound, listen to music through not so loud speakers. Pay careful attention to the music you select, too. Make your choices from uplifting or upbeat compositions that will raise your spirits without stressing your ears. That way you won't have to turn the volume up so loudly that the music won't help you to relax and regain your positive composure. Nice. I like that chapter. That was pretty good. It was called Joy. To bring the joy back into your life, turn down some of the louder sounds. Don't be in such a quick hurry to get on the internet. The inhumane tube, known as YouTube, because there really is inhumane lately. It's just the stuff they allow is ridiculous. And it should be a crime, honestly, the way people are treated on here at times, including myself. Anyway, that is the chapter. Does anybody have questions, takeaways, input, anything you want to share based on the book? Anything like that? I'm going to just put a little addendum on here. From now on, coming into the new year, I'm going to have some new rules. Of course, you know me with my rules. It's what I do. If somebody comes in and they bring a topic that is off topic of whatever we're talking about or reading about, they will be asked to hold their comment until I am done whatever I am talking about or reading about. I will no longer answer questions other than to say hi, doing good, whatever, that derail and distract from what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to really work at that because I am ADD and I get sidetracked easily. And yes, that was an official diagnosis on paper. I promise you that. Not by me, by my doctor. And it wasn't my doctor, it was just a doctor, psychologist person that I was tested by, but I've been tested by psychiatrists and psychologists in the past, and they've all agreed on the same thing, attention deficit disorder, which is why I don't remember things probably too. Anyhow, so I guess that's it. I don't have anything else to discuss. If you all do, you two people do, feel free to bring it up now. If not, then please leave your comments down below the chat. Yeah, I am D. Did I call myself the other thing? It's habit. It's just habit. Dispeller is what I call myself now, or D. I don't know. I've been calling myself the other thing for so long, it's going to come up every once in a while. It wasn't done on purpose. Trust me. I'm trying to break every single tie from all of that past nonsense that I possibly can. But that's 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years worth of nonsense to try to break. So it's not going to be gotten rid of easily. Yeah, I know. Well, I just had a derailer come into the chat, a potential derailer, and I had to block them. So my defenses are up, Jeff. It's nothing against you personally, I promise. It's going to be that way for a while until certain things stop, if they ever do. Or until I learn to just ignore, which that's easier said than done. It's not easy to ignore when you're being shredded. So I'm going to work at it, but I am going to tell my truth always. I'm always going to speak up and tell what's true about myself. So that will happen on my channel from time to time. Other than that, the book reading, the narcissism information will continue. The casual chat live streams will continue. And right now, this book reading stuff, I'll finish this book on live stream. The next book I will be reading in an upload, most likely, not a live stream. So that will minimize some of that other stuff that happens during the chats. Anywho. All right. So anybody want to say hi, bye, ask me a question, whatever. At this point, it doesn't have to be about the book. You can ask me whatever you want. I don't really care. I mean, within reason, of course, about myself, not anybody else. And if not, comment down below or email me at DelusionDispeller@gmail.com. If you have any questions about anything you've heard about me that sounds like, I don't know. Or, oh my gosh, she did? Oh man, she was? Yeah. Hit the email and drop me one. And I'll let you know what's what. Here you go. Here's my email in case you want to check out any ongoing information that just doesn't seem legit or it's too good to be true. So I guess I will talk to y'all later. Have a great day. And by the way, happy day/evening before New Year. It is that day, right? We are on that. Yes, we are. Tomorrow is New Year's Day. Woo! 2022. Bring it on. I'm all about it. All right. You guys have a good one. Happy New Year. Bye.